So this is going to be the second video where we're playing with mixins, and we're gonna see other mixins that you have in the framework. So for example, we're gonna copy this and paste, and we're gonna see some font bold mixins. So we're gonna create a class. It's going to be called bold, and right here I'm gonna add bold. In this case, I'm gonna use a mixin include font bold and save this, and save this also. And you can see we give a font weight bold right here. So if you're gonna see what this is outputting, you can inspect the code, and now you can see we have the font bold, that bold, and says font weight bold. So at the end, this is like a shortcut to create or to add something like this, font weight bold. So once you find your way with mixins, it will change the way you work. So let's create another one. Let's add another like h2 position, and we're gonna add a div with the class position, close the div, and then we're gonna create another one with the class child element, and it's gonna be empty. We're gonna close the div right here. So we're gonna add position, and we're gonna include position, and you can pass inside the parentheses relative, and you can give a height of 300 pixels so we can play with position absolute. Then we're gonna add the background color. I'm gonna add cornflower blue, and we're gonna add the child element, and open the curly braces again. And you can see that the position relative is really easy to use, but when you are working with position absolute, normally you add position absolute, then top 0, left 0, right maybe 20, and bottom 0, something like this. And let's add a background color right here. Let's add something like blue. So we have a background color, and finally I'm gonna add a box. So we're gonna include box, or well, let's add something like height 200 pixels and width 200 pixels also. And you can see that we have the square right here. So it's taking the top and the left 0. But you can see that the position absolute is taking 5 properties that we're passing. And you can use a mixin include position, and you can use absolute, and then you pass those values 0, 0, 0, 0. Save this, and you can see the result is the same. So for example, right here we can save some lines also, including the box element. So maybe you can add something like 50% and 100%. Save this, and you can see it's taking half of the square. So that's something nice, the usage of mixins for position. This one doesn't say a lot of lines, but the absolute position saves 5 lines of code. That's something important. So finally, we're gonna see the most important mixin, and in the next video you will learn everything about it. So we're gonna create another element. It's going to be remcalc, and we're gonna add a div class. Let's add something like main content, and close the div, and then I'm gonna add a paragraph, says remcalc, and close the paragraph. So we're gonna use main content right here, and I'm gonna add height remcalc 100, and this 100 is 100 pixels. So let's add background color, and we're gonna add chocolate, and finally I'm gonna add p font size remcalc 20. So let's see this output. You can see we have remcalc right here, and I'm gonna inspect this code. So inspect this and click right here, inspect this element, and you can see something nice here. So for example, if I open the main content, you can see it says height 6.25 rem. We passed 100 pixels and it converted 100 pixels to rem because rem are more useful and are recommended when you are developing websites for different devices. That's something really nice. This function will change the way you work in Foundation. So in the next video you will see everything about this function, but always that you want to use pixels, remember to use the function remcalc. It doesn't matter if it's a padding, a width, or anything, you can use the remcalc. Finally, another really handy mixin is going to be the padding mixin. So for example, you can see that we're passing remcalc 100, but you can use 2 right here. And you can see here on the main content we have padding, it says 2 rem. So it's not 2 pixels, it is the value in another unit. Change this to 1, you can see it's 1 rem. And 1 rem normally is more than 1 pixel, a lot more. You will learn everything about the conversion between pixels and rems in the next video. But that's something really nice. Finally, I'm gonna add 2, 3, 4, and 5. Save this. And you can see we have padding top, right, bottom, and left. Padding top, right, bottom, and left. And we're gonna be using this mixin a lot on this course. And that's why I was trying to show this in this video. So hopefully mixins make sense to you and you will learn everything about the mixins in this course.